Whew. Fathers, are we getting what we desire or are we getting what we cultivate? How does reading our minds go wrong in our life? All right, stay tuned.
Direct, motivational, and unapologetic, delivered with both biblical wisdom and business grit. Structure of episodes, quick-hitting lessons, real-life metaphors, storytelling, and actionable takeaways in every episode. Value proposition new with clarity and purpose, confidence in pricing and practical steps to scale. Unique twist, you blend faith, raw entrepreneurial experience, and real-world strategy.
Welcome, people. Welcome to Entrepreneurial Exchange. I am your host, Joe Charlton. Thank you for yet rocking with me another Sunday. I do not take it for granted. For those fathers out there, you know who you are. Happy Father's Day. Long time coming for me. Happy Father's Day. Today was an awesome Father's Day. My daughter actually cooked neck bones for her father. My daughter can really cook. I love the fact of her teaching wherever she gets it from her mother, from the bloodline, from everything around her. But she takes it on very, very well because I can taste it in her food. So we had neck bones, white rice, string beans today, and we had some Saratoga water and some ginger ale like stuff. So went over there for a brief moment because after church, went to her. She moved into her own place and came home, had to prepare for my live. I love you, Sister Rona. I'm on my live, so I just got a call from my sister Rona. But yes, man, Entrepreneurial Exchange is just a platform where we come as entrepreneurs, knowing that we can do this thing in a way where we can either cut our learning curve or we can tell people, look, I went down that long road. You may not want to try this. But as entrepreneurs, we have our own opinion still, regardless when push comes to shove, because just because I'm a student, I still have my DNA. I still have the way I do what I do. So a lot of the stuff that you see that I speak about, a lot of the stuff on how you see me move, it comes from a lot of different people that I admire, people that I look up to, people that are coaches and mentors and pastors and even teachers, from time past. Though it seemed like I wasn't listening to my teachers, there are things that I picked up. Though it seemed like I wasn't listening to my mother and my father back in the day, there are some things that I picked up. So in the entrepreneur space, where if you decide to be anything in this world, trust me, somebody has either been down that path. Because when it comes to business is basically just a bunch of principles. The same principles through any business. Like if I told you gravity right now, it don't matter what business that you are in, gravity is going to take a place in that situation. So with that being said, when it comes to entrepreneurship and getting coaching, there are some people that can help you understand how you get a 4,000 pound, 40,000 or whatever a Boeing, the weight of a Boeing in the air and how to keep it in the air, how to do a 24-hour flight, whatever the case may be around the world without crash landing and actually landing precise. Things have been done prior to all of us. So Entrepreneurial Exchange was just birthed through me hungering advice, me hungering the way you do things. I find myself asking you guys questions. What is a business related question? What is something that you've learned that you think another person would want to know? So that's how this was birthed. So if anybody would love to come on this platform and chop it up, let's talk business, let's talk life, let's talk relationship, because relationship takes a big toll on how we perform. Because I used to have employees come in the job and I'm like, what's going on? And they tell me they get into it with their spouse. And I'm sitting here like, bro, or leave that home. But at the end of the day, I find myself speaking with them at times. Hey, okay, giving them advice. And then sometimes the day go by well and they realize that someone at the job, their boss, cares about them at times. And they learn how to maneuver and how to separate that thing and how to use that anger they have.
Maybe Mark
and actually, oh my God, I didn't know my phone was just going to be doing all this. And they have that, know that somebody's caring for them and they can use that energy and they can channel it into actually performing the work. So with that being said, that's what Entrepreneurial Exchange is for. If you would like to be on or even give advice or anything, text me, area code 813-900-8936. And my name is Joe Charlton for anybody around the world. So someone has listened to this in India. I checked my stats. Someone in the United Kingdom. There was someone in New Orleans. There was someone, a couple people here. Well, of course, you guys in Florida. But just to have those pings around the world of someone watching my episode. And to watch the episode, you got to watch it for a certain amount of length of time for it to consider a view. So with that being said, thank you. Thank you. For y'all who are on rebroadcast, thank you. For you who are current right now, thank you. Bless you. Sound good. Thank you so much. Says she'll call. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah. Tell her thank you. But here or there. So today is Father's Day. And I'm sitting here on Father's Day, and I hear a lot of people say Father's Day is like during Mother's Day, you see balloons, you see cakes, you see everything like if you were to go to Publix on Mother's Day, oh my God, it's like you're walking through a wonderland of balloons. And it's the same thing during Valentine's Day, same thing during 4th of July, same thing during Christmas. You got all these holidays and they got balloons and cakes and lights and songs and all this stuff. But when it comes to Father's Day, we're doing more complaining about socks, suits, and ties and shoes and going out to dinner. And you don't really see balloons and stuff around Winn-Dixie, Walmart, and Publix. And I am here to give you my opinion. My opinion is the world doesn't make money. When you ask your dad, remember as a kid, when you ask your dad, what do he want for Father's Day? Right after his reply of nothing turns into, I just want some rest. A lot of us say Father's Day is just another day. It doesn't matter. And we get quiet and say, and don't tell a person what we want. And then when we get socks, now we're in the boys club, who we kick the bobo with, talking to other men who got socks and ties alike. And you ask them, you tell them, oh, I didn't want a tie. They don't do this and they don't do that. But if you ask a man right now what he really wants, he wouldn't tell you that, hey, I would love to have a party. I would love all my guy friends, my male friends, my colleagues to come over and let's have a Father's Day party. You would rarely, I haven't heard it, to hear them say they're going to come together and have a party and celebrate Father's Day. We as men, for some odd reason, like me, this morning, I washed the car on Father's Day. My father-in-law normally cuts the grass on Father's Day. Like, men around me is always, I don't shed tears. I don't show emotion. I'm not weak. I got to show my family I'm a man. And the world, America, cannot profit off of a man saying, I don't want anything. But he can profit off of a mother, a woman, or a child. Because why? Women love flour and chocolates for Valentine's Day, so they're going to provide that. Women love celebrating their birthday. They're going to supply stuff for that. Kids, for Christmas and their birthday, they're going to supply toys because a child tells you what they want. Oh, I want the new PS this. I want the new Fortnite this, or whatever is out at the time that they are ready. Like right now, it is July, about to be July. It's June right now, the 21st. They are actually creeping in, showing them things that are going to be developed for Christmas. And kids are already excited that when this thing drops in November, December, they want it. Therefore, they're going to push their parents they're going to push their father to the store to get what they want. And guess what the father's going to do? I'm going to buy that because I make enough money because I'm a provider and I'm going to make my kid happy. So therefore, the marketplace, the world, is going to keep marketing for those who know how to speak up for themselves. Right now, if I were to get on this podcast and just cry and tell you, oh my God, I'm crying because I don't feel good. My head hurt. You're probably spend about 10 seconds in to see why I'm crying, to say, oh, I have a headache. And the moment you realize I have a headache, man, that grown man, you will probably share it just to say, look at this grown man crying, depending on how I'm crying, right? But 90% of y'all will just click off and say, I'm not going to watch another man cry. I don't want that kind of energy. But when you see a woman cry, Here you go getting a Kleenex. And guess who's going to promote wiping up tears? Here's Kleenex promoting. They're going to put some pretty bows and everything on this box of Kleenex so you can make that woman or that child feel good. But when it comes to us, we don't show any signs, quote unquote, of weakness. Our weakness come through rage. Our weakness come through, oh, I'm just going to sit quiet and tell nobody nothing. Our weakness is, I'm not coming home tonight. Our weakness is, I am going to be with other people. Our weakness come into the alcoholism and the drug and addiction and all this stuff and the whole abuse of stuff. That's where our weakness and our lack of discipline come in. But when it comes to literally saying, I want to celebrate Father's Day, I want to be celebrated, we don't have the guts because we feel like we will be too weak to do that. So then I ask you, when we get socks and when we get ties, is it something that we've cultivated or is it something that we deserve? Because you only deserve what you communicate. If I don't tell you what I like, that's right now. My spiritual father said that for years, my spiritual mother was putting mustard on a sandwich for years. And she just kept putting it on there. And he said, I said it. He don't like mustard. He said it, but she did it after he said it. She kept going. But then when we had marriage ministry, he said, no, I don't like mustard. She's like, well, why didn't you say anything? He said, I told you years ago that I didn't like mustard. And I just ate it because you made the sandwich for me. He was just taking the sandwich and eating. Now, whether he scraped it off or whatever, when she's not looking, I don't know the deep depth of it. But the point is, during marriage ministry some years back, now she realized because it was more blatant, it was more open, that he does not like mustard on his sandwich. It's simple things like that as men. We may say things, we may do things. Sometimes we think a woman needs to read our mind. Our kids need to read our minds. But if we don't physically straight up say, my birthday, this is what I love to do. My Father's Day, this is what I love to do. Just certain things like that. That's where we get the back burner of feeling like going out to eat is like boredom now. And I'm going to say boredom, right? This depends on how you take your father or your husband out to eat. But then on their birthday, it's just like, okay, what do you want? It's like a woman 9 times out of 10 always got to ask, what do a man wants for his birthday? It's like it comes around every year as long as we've been together. And you're still asking me what I want to do because I am not as expressive as a woman. A woman may say, oh, look at that handbag she got, automatically in a man's head because we're providers. Or my wife said, oh, I got a headache. She got to tell me, no, I don't want to take any pills. I already got pills in hand. Here's some Tylenol, baby. Or let me give you a massage. Like I'm there to put out fires. That's my DNA. So as men, we have a tendency to always want to provide and thinking that's all that needs to be done. Here's where the lack of cultivating come in, right? So there was a time in my life where I was earning income, like I am now, earning income, right? And when my child would come around, just give her gifts. When my ex come around, just give her gifts. That was the thing. Like literally, we had no tradition. We were doing things, but it was all over the place. So picture buying, like making money and giving your wife money. She's getting her nails done, hair done, whatever the case may be. She's just doing that. You buy your kids some toys and you just pile it up in the room and let your kids play with it. But yet you want a woman that knows how to manage money and you want a kid that knows how to value anything that is of theirs. When all you did was give the money, for one, didn't go shopping with the wife. You didn't go to the nail salon and literally say, hey, babe, I like red on you. I like green on you. Or, hey, babe, this is what I don't like press on. Or I don't like when your feet, like when you get in the sheet, I'm hearing it like catch on to the sheets. Instead of complaining about it, but to go there and say, hey, excuse me, nail tech, can you use that machine right there on my wife's heel so that your wife's feet can be as smooth as you like? And then your kid, when you bring them a toy, Have you even showed them how to put the batteries in and how to program the thing? Or do they have to go to YouTube or they have to troubleshoot this whole thing? It's like, why don't we as men literally can get in there and actually put the toy together with our kid and watch their expression to see if, for one, if it's something they really like, or is it something they're just following with their friends? We don't know much about our families and the way we do what we do because we're just providing. And through providing, we think it's going to just yield us the respect and the love that we demand. Because all we did was give them money. So guess what? You're always going to work. You need underclothes. You're always having a business meeting. So here's a tie. You always come home and just want something to eat. So we're going to take you out to dinner today. It's things like that that we have cultivated and we have designed as men. That's why we're not as celebrated as the women are. I bought my wife some nail material, but she did give me money and a card. See, that's beautiful. That's your dynamic. If it works for y'all, it works for y'all. Because right now, there's no handbook on how to be a husband. There's no handbook on how to be a father. Like, people have books, but my wife and I have a dynamic that people like, why did you go everywhere with her? Why did she go everywhere with you? Well, there, if I see Vanessa, I see Joe. Like, that used to bother people. Because what me and my wife knew is when we got together, we were friends. We started out as friends and then fell in love. And I want to go where my friend go. It's almost like if your favorite superstar were to come into town and he say he's going to be at, or he or she says she's going to be at a Starbucks, they're going to go to the mall, they're going to go to the movies, where you think you're going when you admire them? They're the celebrity that you like. You're going to go in all those places because you want to be around that person. Some people don't realize that in love, like in marriage, you could really just want to be around that person. Me and my wife have been together for 14 years. I am not tired of her. And I'm pretty sure she's not tired of me because she's 4 o'clock in the morning. Where are you going? Going to use the bathroom, baby. Like, we love each other. And this is not about our relationship. But the point is, there is something that I have cultivated as a man that created that. That did not happen out of thin air. It didn't. If I was on life support right now, I don't have to tell my wife if I want to live or die. She would make that decision. Some of us are selfish right now. Oh, I don't want to be on life support. Look, I don't know what I want because I don't know what kind of accident is going to hit me at the time. But I know I have a wife that is going to make the best decision. If it was a split second between pulling the plug or keeping me and she knows that I need to die, that split second, she's going to make the decision. And if she believes I can live as a vegetable and she knows what role she's going to partake in to let me live a full life as a vegetable, she's going to make that decision. Because I cultivated that and she cultivated that. Because I chose a woman that cultivates what I love. We love God. We love family. We love taking pictures. We love memory. But we had to cultivate that with each other so that we can be in sync with each other. So as men, we have a tendency to do that with sports. We have a tendency to do that with money. But when it comes to our family dynamic, it is almost like, okay. So here, follow me. Yeah, look, follow me, please. I had a dog, right? Don't ask me where this dog came from. Somebody gave us this dog. This dog's name was Honor, right? We got the puppy. We got this dog some food. I don't know what the previous owner did with this dog. This dog would eat so fast that it would choke itself. This dog would eat so much that it will eat until it vomits. It had no self-control when it came to eating and doing what it got to do, whatever. It just was all over the place, right? So what me and my wife decided to do was we asked some questions because we didn't know. We got other opinions. We got therapy. We got marriage ministry, counseling. We got counseling for me and my child. Keep that mindset. So we went to PetSmart and told them our situation. You know, they have a bowl that's a little shallow and the bowl has like these ridges. It almost look like a maze, right? So we put the dog food in the bowl And the dog was still trying to get at it, but it couldn't because it was in the groove. So in order to get it, it had to take its time, but it didn't know. But over time, this dog got tired of going at a bowl that he could not get it. So now he started taking his time. The reason why he started taking his time, because we were consistent. We didn't go, oh, it looks like he's having a hard time. We knew that once he starts slowing down on eating, and he's going to get tired of eating, so he's not going to overfill himself, and we only put so much food out there. We don't just leave it out there like we do our dog now, right? So picture your kids. All of a sudden, you hear this message. You want to go and cultivate your house. You realize that your kid is always on Fortnite or always on YouTube, always watching iSpeed and everybody else play these video games, and they're like addicted. But the moment you go to them, hey, son, hey, daughter, you sit down, they're looking over your shoulder trying to look at the TV. Dad, mom, whatever the case may be, hey, I want to play the game. They're hooting and hollering and scratching, still fighting at that bowl. Remember that, right? But you know the outcome of is if I sit with my child, I know what my child loves. I know what my wife likes and all these different things. And now I would know how to create a tradition with my family. They're going to hoot and holler because, for one, they don't believe you. This is too new for them. They want to go back to you just dumping the money on them because you've conditioned them to live that way. But if you try to change the dynamic, you're going to get pushback. You're going to get people that don't understand what you're doing. All they know is what they want because you've been just dumping money and dumping house, dumping cars, dumping purses, dumping shoes, dumping video games, dumping the best food in the house where their friends come over there bragging, oh man, y'all got this Saratoga water. We only got tap water. And your kids got this lifestyle that you've created without understanding of the value of it. But then you stick with it. Remember, we're working on Father's Day. Remember, we're working on cultivating. We're working on getting what we deserve. I love getting what I deserve. Mean, if I study for a test, if I get an A, I'm excited, but that was the goal. If I work my behind off and get an F, now I need to know what was the disconnect. Come to find out it's the teacher. They don't like me. But my point, you now cultivate so you will have the family dynamic that will be little entrepreneurs. The ones that won't be followers because they know that you have a routine where y'all have phone time together. Whether you go in their phone, they understand why you're going through their phone. You are having family times where y'all go on vacation a certain time of the year, twice a year, 3 times a year, every month. My stepfather had once a month, we would go to Malibu. Once a month. I look forward to going to Malibu once a month. It was on up here in Nebraska, not too far from where I live right now. But every month, which was closer to the projects where we live, we went to Malibu. I look forward to Malibu at those times. I used to look forward to Burger King had these chicken sandwiches. So regular hamburgers, but chicken sandwich was more like the deluxe. It was more like the top tier of the menu back in the 90s, early 2000s. And we looked forward to getting those chicken sandwiches when my stepfather used to go to Burger King. We didn't have to get the kids' meal and get the nuggets or whatever it was at the time. But I remember vividly these chicken sandwiches. And they were the best because my stepfather made a tradition out of that. So with that being said, a lot of us can have the life and the marriage and the fatherhood and the celebratory that we desire if we were to cultivate. It's almost like planting a seed and anticipating, hoping, envisioning when the rain comes, what's going to happen. But then we don't put a seed in the ground and the rain comes. And now we got all these weeds. And now we're complaining about all the snakes inside of our grass because we're just throwing money everywhere. We're just throwing gifts everywhere. We're not doing anything intentional. But when Father's Day come around, all you want to do is sleep because you don't have any scheduled rest days. I love my spiritual father that created where I take Tuesdays off and me and my wife actually date on Tuesdays. Literally take Tuesday off and don't do any work. We do things that we want to do together. Mondays, I want to start making my media night, my Monday cinema night or whatever. Try to come up with a name so we can watch movies on Monday. But the point is giving my family something to look forward. And in that time, we get to know each other more. So when Father's Day come around from here on out, they know exactly what I want. I know exactly what they want. And we are all on one accord. So for those that had a wonderful Father's Day, God bless you. For those that have Father's Day like I did in the past, where my daughter couldn't stand me, my baby mama couldn't stand me, we were at odds. I heard God vividly say, and my spiritual parents, they said, she will come around. Just keep loving, keep doing what you're doing. But my Heavenly Father, God told me, he said, Joe, I need you in your right mind. I need you in your right mind, and I need your money to be in the right place. Because when your daughter comes back, because she will, you don't want to be senile. You don't want to have to sit here, remember, and regurgitate all the negative things. I got my mind together where I forgave every single person that did something that I thought was wrong or things that were wrong. I forgave everybody, got a clean slate. If they were to see me right now, I'll hug them. They need anything, I'm here in reason, right? Because I still have balance. Just like my employees, I love them, but you ain't finna get over on me. This is business. It's in that term where I have an open heart for them. Mind is together. So when my daughter called me, I don't have to remind what I felt and what someone said to be. No, my mind and heart was right. My money was right. When she needed me, I was there. I'm an entrepreneur. I didn't have to ask anybody for a day off. I didn't have to do. I and my wife got together and did what we had to do. Now today, my daughter is cooking neck bones. This is the second Sunday that my daughter cooked since she moved in her apartment and asked us to come over. Hugs me with so much genuine love, like nothing ever happened. So I'm saying to the fathers out there, keep loving your kids. Every opportunity you get, give them a call. If the mother or the father don't want you to call them in there, do what you got to do to reach your kids, even if it's to say, I love you. Let them know how much you care and let your actions show. Don't do the fighting with the other parent. Do not. I used to fight. Oh, I used to fight because I thought that was the thing to do. Nobody prepared me for the stuff that I was going through. And nobody prepared the mother of my child for the stuff she was going through. We were just going at it. And when I received revelation, when I became a man, I spoke like a man. I let go to childish things. So the responsibility was on me because now I heard what needed to be heard to be the person to say, you know what? I'm going to be the better person. Meaning, I hate when it's better person. I shouldn't even say that. But I am going to be the person that is going to give the love. Because hate cannot beat love. I don't care what nobody say. It may look like they're winning, but just stay in that. That fire will burn out. Love is infinite. Trust me when I tell you. Be that person that will kill the noise and show love, even if your love is being quiet, making no sound. And just, hey, I'm here when you're ready. And you keep being persistent and consistently loving. One day you would have what I have. And I'm not saying what me and my daughter have is perfect, because I can't wait till me and her mother can be on one accord and be the testament to travel the world and just say, hey, we used to be. I'm talking about the mother of my ex, my child, and my wife. We are traveling how all the aunts we had and can prepare others who are going through the same thing. I just ask God that, look, I know that sounds weird, but you are a God that created heaven and earth and firmaments and everything in 6 days. I'm talking about in 4 and 5 days and created me on the 6th day. You understand? And had the nerve to take a rest because everything was done in 7 days. That God, that he can do a miraculous thing that we can help other people. Because, man, we went through hell. we went through hell. I mean, so much so where I wanted to set her up so she can go to prison. Like, I laugh at it now, but it was the things that we were going through because I just didn't know what to do. But God kept speaking to me until he got through to me. And we're here now. Daughter and I have a great relationship. My wife and my daughter have a great relationship. I'm so thankful to my wife because it's almost like she kept this thing on ice until we can get it together. Like she was that center focal. She was that piece between me and my daughter as we walk this thing back to one another. And ain't no apologizing. Ain't no, oh, I'm so sorry for doing. No, like genuinely just here for one another. Like my daughter, she would just tell, it calls me Pops. And that's like a new thing. And it makes me feel so good. All right. And I just give her hugs and tell her I love her every chance I get. So fathers, don't quit on your children. You know, the mother may not be seeing eye to eye, but trust me, you keep showing love. Eventually, they're going to have to show you the respect that you deserve. All right. So I thank you guys for rocking with me. It's been a great episode. Big dreams noted. Yes. My buddy, wherever I go, she going to go. My buddy. There you go. Exactly. Oh, Papa. Thank you, baby, for rocking with me. You guys, man, be blessed. Another episode of Entrepreneurial Exchange is in the books. I think I'm on episode 60 something. I don't even count these episodes. I just want to be great. I just want to do this so well that somebody says, oh my God, we want you on our platform or something like that, you know? And that's the goal. And I want to speak more business. But again, before business, man, let's be real. There's life. All this glamour about making money in life, man. You got to get that foundation solid. How are you and your spouse? How are you and your kid? Now you can go out there with confidence because ain't nothing like being broke and have to tell people live your dreams. I mean, like you literally got to put on this to tell people to live their dreams when you broke. So ain't nothing like being wealthy and telling people how to become wealthy. So get our foundation together as we teach others because I'm growing as I'm speaking to you. So it is better to be seen than it is to be viewed. And if you're going to be alive, you might as well live. God bless you guys. God's will. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Direct, motivational, and unapologetic. Delivered with both biblical wisdom and business grit. Structure of episodes. Quick hitting lessons, real life metaphors, storytelling, and actionable takeaways in every episode. Value proposition with clarity and purpose. Confidence in pricing and practical steps to scale. Unique twist. You blend faith, raw entrepreneurial experience, and